What did Raheem Mostert say recently? What is he saying?
So he said a few things. Some of it I actually don't necessarily disagree with. Some of it I do. The things I disagree with, he said he's on a team with real actual talent or better talent. The team he's on now has more talent than the 49ers. I don't agree with that outside of, two or three skilled players. Overall, the 49ers have a better team. I think it probably shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have said any of this going into the game, if I'm being honest. He should have if you're going to say all this, wait until after the game. You don't need to give the 49ers more reason to come after you. Then he talked about the injury, how the 49ers tend to push their players back early from injury. I don't know whether that's not true or not. I've heard a couple teams say that. So I'm undecided on that one. He did say that he's now has a quarterback that can actually sling it. I think I kind of agreed to us definitely having a better season, at least right now, than Jimmy is, as far as throwing the rock. But as far as talking about the team having more talent, I definitely disagree with that. I don't think that was smart of him to say, and I don't think he should be saying anything like this. The timing of this is really weird. Now Mostert did come back and say that he was complimentary about Jimmy, et cetera, but they didn't publish that part or whatnot. So it's hard to know what was really said, but either way, I think that's kind of stupid to either release it or say it prior to the 49ers matchup. Just gives them bulletin board material.
Yeah. I get it though. The Niners sort of just threw him away, and the Dolphins accepted him with open arms. And so he's like, I love Miami. They want me. You didn't want me. That's basically all that's happening right now. Mm-hmm. What I think the most interesting part of what Mostert's saying is the injury stuff. And Niner fans will be like, well, who is he to talk? Miami has their own bad track record, but fine. I think what he's saying is there's a lot of pressure from a lot of teams in the NFL for players to come back too early, and players have to stand up for themselves, and the Niners seem to be obviously culprits of that because look at their track record. Players coming back and getting hurt again, setbacks, all this stuff. So probably a lot of teams do it, but it seems like the Niners do it too much, and maybe they should, instead of being defensive about what Raheem Mostert is saying, is acknowledge it and fix it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with what he was talking about in regards to the organization and injury, things like that. I just think this is probably bad timing. You don't want to, whether it's true or not, you don't want to give the Niners more motivation than they already have to come out and be aggressive when you play them on Sunday. I think that was probably just not a wise decision. I'm sure Mike McDaniel was probably like, yeah, dude, we don't need extra motivation for when we play them. Now, I agree. I would be more excited to play with Mike McDaniel and Tua in this offense this year compared to what we've seen from Jimmy. I agree with that part of it. But is the team more talented? No, I think the Niners have a more talented team. As far as the injury stuff, I'm unsure, but we have heard things like that in the past from other 49ers. So where there's smoke, there's fire sometimes. So maybe there's some truth to it. I just think it's bad timing. I think it wasn't smart from a motivational standpoint to say that.
Yeah, we'll see if it brings out the best in the Niners or if he's right. I did think it's interesting that Deebo Samuel responded. You don't normally see players actually acknowledging these type of comments, but it seems like something that's pissing the Niners off.
Yeah. What did Deebo say? Be honest with yourself. Raheem, be honest with yourself. I think is what he said. Be real with yourself.
So what does that mean? What does that mean?
I think that was more about the talking about it. I mean, who knows? But it seems like that was more about the overall, there's more talent here in Miami. I think that's probably the one that hurt the team the most, to hear him say there's more talent over here in Miami. And maybe the quarterback thing as well. They probably don't give a damn about the injury part of that statement. So
he wasn't saying dude, you're injury prone. It's not the Niners' fault.
He could be saying that too, In
which case, man, that's what a thing to say from Deebo Samuel, who spends a minute and a half on the field, everyone praying every game. Oh, hope he's okay. Hope he's okay. Oh, he's fine. Why does he do that? It's like, oh my God, Deebo, is he okay? Oh, he's fine. He's back. It's like, oh, whew. I feel like he's done it 10 times in his career. He's dramatic.